Hey, this is Andy Wilson. So I just finished reading the article from ESPN about the Seattle Seahawks, about the lotus pose on two, just how they change things, how they just do things differently with the Seattle Seahawks compared to maybe the rest of the NFL and how things used to be. And again, this is one of these videos that I really kind of paid attention to because as a high school baseball coach, one of the things I think that got me hired was my experience. I played college baseball, played professional baseball. I coached collegiately in junior college as an assistant coach, and I was an assistant coach at Division I college baseball. So my knowledge of the game is there. I was one of those players that was very analytical. Like, I can look at someone's swing and just, again, kind of be positive, like, here's what you do right and everything, but I think you really need to work on this if you're going to get the full potential out of your swing. Or if someone's fielding a ball or pitching or whatever like that, maybe not so much pitching, I wasn't a pitcher, but I could still give them some pointers that would make them better. And that's the kind of coach I am. I'm really hands-on. I get out there and I'll show them how to do it. I feel like I'm still kind of, even though I'm 40s, I'm still kind of athletic, and I can get out there and not just tell them what to do, but I can show them what to do. But the point of this video that I'm going to really take is, I think there's that old adage is players don't really care what you know until they really know how much you care. And that's one thing that's kind of stuck with me. And, it's difficult because, today's a lot different than it was when I was playing. And, I kind of only refer to my high school coaches, my college coaches, my professional coaches. How did they get me to be a better player? And they all were very much in common as far as just coming at me and really kind of yelling at me. I took that as if they really cared. If they didn't care, they wouldn't be yelling at me. They wanted more out of me. They knew they could get more out of me, and that kind of inspired me to do well. I have learned in 2 years coaching high school baseball that sometimes that doesn't go so well. I've raised my voice. I've gotten on guys because they're just being very lackadaisical and they're not really putting in the full effort that I think they should be getting. And some of the responses were very, very negative. I mean, that's the one thing I have. That is the one glaring weakness I have as a coach, is how to get the best out of my players for like this generation. Get them to play to the best of their potential, and get them to see, I know a lot, but I also care a lot about you and your career and how well you're doing and everything. So it just seems that I've been doing what everyone's kind of been doing the last few years and kind of going along with the same notion of yelling and stuff. And I see other coaches at high school, they're yelling at their players and everything like that. So it's almost like the same way it was 20 years ago. But I do see a lot of the players, they're not responding very well to that. And what I read from this article and what's kind of inspiring me right now is how they're just doing things differently in Seattle. And, how the head coach there is just more, he's hands-on, he's there, he's instructing, but he also showing them how much he cares. He's asking about their family, asking how everything's going and stuff like that, and there's times I'm sure where he has to raise his voice and yell. But it's not all the time. He picks his moments when he needs to do it. But I don't think there's any doubt with these players that Pete Carroll cares about them and cares about their family and everything like that. So, I really liked this article. And there's a lot of things that I'm going to reread it again and take some notes and some things. And I'm going to really start applying that next year to my players. Maybe we'll do some more visualizing, maybe more mental game and stuff like that, but I'm going to be more upfront and just say, hey, what is it that you need, and what is it you need from me to do your best? How am I going to inspire you to do your best? What makes you guys kind of click? And not taken away from my core values, but I'm going to have to make some adjustments to make sure these guys know how much I care, and just try to change things, and hopefully I can get the best out of them the next coming year.